Welcome back! And once again, I delve into the fractured filmography of Al Adamson. This is the fifth movie from Al that I've reviewed, and it's one of the most well-known of Adamson's filmography. And that film is the biker movie Satan's Sadists. Satan's Sadists was graced upon us in June of 1969. The film stars Russ Tamblyn, star of West Side Story, stuntman Gary Kent. It also features supporting roles from Kent Tyler and Scott Brady, and it was the first on-screen appearance of Al's wife, dancer Regina Carroll. The plot focuses on a murderous gang of bikers led by Anchor, played by Tamblyn, who go about causing general mayhem. After bumping into a Vietnam vet, a cop, and his wife in a cafe, the gang assault and murder the cop and his wife, as well as the cafe owner. The vet and the waitress hightail it out in the mountains, where the vet uses his expertise to hide out from the bikers. The film was shot for $125,000 over the span of 8 days on inexpensive 16mm film to compensate for hiring big-name stars. It was also the first film to be produced under the independent international label that Al Adamson and producer Sam Sherman created. Upon release, the film was extremely profitable, making back $1,200,000 by 1971. Critics weren't kind to the film, Variety calling it a sicky quickie with many vulgarities. The Daily Mirror referred to it as a hunk of hideous junk, and the reviewer stated that he would not see another Al Adamson film alone. While this film does have vulgar sequences, including 3 rape scenes, as well as blood and gore, even for the time, it wasn't the most vulgar thing out there. Ever see Andy Milligan's Seeds? Aside from the vulgarities, the film does suffer from a slow pace. The version I saw is an HD restoration, which is labeled as being the longest version on DVD, and at 86 minutes, the film really should only be about 75. There is a lot of padding here, such as a scene where a biker is killed by a rattler. He then stumbles to his bike, tries to ride it off, falls to the ground, and then crawls about until he dies. What feels like 2 minutes goes by before he finally kicks the bucket. Plus, we have numerous shots of characters just walking through the wastes. Another problem with this film is its photography, which is on par with Manos: The Hands of Fate. Interesting tidbit, Hal Warren wanted to make a biker film after Manos: The Hands of Fate, but it never got funded. I'm guessing Al Adamson beat him to the spiritual punch. There's a lot of unnecessary zooms, but at the same time, the handheld shots can be said to give off a documentary feel. But that's really where the bad things stop. The acting in this film for the most part is top-notch, although actress Jackie Tyler doesn't seem too freaked out about thinking about how she might have been raped or killed. The script has many really good and memorable lines.
You're right, cop. You're right, I am a rotten bastard, I admit it. But I tell you something. Even though I got a lot of hate inside, I got some friends who ain't got hate inside. They're filled with nothing but love. Their only crime is growing their hair long, smoking a little grass and getting high, looking at the stars at night, writing poetry in the sand. And what do? You bust down their doors, man. Dumbass cop. You bust down their doors and you bust down their heads. You put them behind bars. And you know something funny? They forgive you. I don't.
Dramatic deal. Can't you get it to your thick head that I don't want to be bugged anymore?
Okay, I won't bug you anymore. I'll do whatever you want me to.
Take a walk in the desert, look for rocks or something.
Just get out of here. I love you.
Love. What do you know about love? You're good for one thing and one thing only. And you know something, now that I think about it, you're not even so good for that anymore. You ain't nothing anymore to me, baby. I'm sorry. You're just nothing but a piece of dead meat.
Oh, Christ. In Vietnam, at least they paid me when I killed someone.
The movie features what is debatably the first on-screen death of someone getting shoved into a toilet. And the character of Firewater, played by John Bud Cardoz, has a really good character arc, being the only biker to realize that what Anchor is doing is messed up. Also, the music by Haley Hatcher and the garage band The Night Riders is extremely catchy and memorable, enough to get it an LP.
Is it better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all? To pay the price at any cost for a moment of pleasure that'll soon lose its treasure. I was born mean. By the time I was 12, I was killing.
So along with Dracula vs. Frankenstein and Black Samurai, this is one of Al's better films. Go and give it a watch. I'm the Cinema Fanatic. I'll see you next time.